I'm turning my TV room and entryway into an upscale cottage cabin vibe. I'll show you my mood board and decor plans, then take a look in the past to see where I want to go. Before we get to all the good stuff, I'm going to take you through a quick overview of past seasons and how I decorated this room. So as you see, it's going really fast, but if you want to see these decor seasons, which is fall, Christmas, and spring, if you want to see those videos in their entirety, I put a link in the description box and you can check out my channel page and my playlist. So going through these past seasons and how I decorated the room, you'll really be able to appreciate the finished room when I end up putting it all together. Now, as you can see, the wall is white, the ceiling is white, the wall is white, all the trim is white, and basically I just have my art and decor styled. And then you'll also see the gallery wall that I have over there. Now, on the gallery wall, I'm going to be keeping this configuration probably for the finished room, but we shall see. But that is my plan for now. So I'm going for an upscale cottage cabin vibe, and choosing the paint color is very, very important. I chose Aubergine by Benjamin Moore. This paint color has a little bit of a deep lavender, deep purple tone to it, but it's very chocolatey at the same time. So it's going to give us the mood that we want, which is going to be warmth, coziness, cocooning, because it's a TV room. You're going to be watching TV and movies. I also want to add a vintage vibe and a heritage look. So those things are going to come into play with the type of decor and the curated selection that we're going to be doing with our thrifting for the room. Now, I'm going to be using the technique called color drenching. Now, if you haven't heard of that, color drenching is when you paint the walls, the ceiling, and all the trim and the baseboards the same color, or maybe even colors slightly lighter or darker on one of the ceiling or something. And that is what's going to give you this really rich look and be the foundation for everything else that we put into the room. So as you can see, I have prepped the room to start painting. You can see my color swatch there. I've taken off the switch plates, the light switch plates, and you see the nails are still there. I have patched some nail holes, but as I've said before, I want to continue that gallery wall configuration that I had before, so it didn't make sense for me to take the nails out and then put them back in after a freshly coated painted wall. So that's why that's there. But we will be color drenching the walls, all of the trim that you see there. And so I am going to have to remove this beautiful natural tree branch, and I can't wait to see what that looks like in the fall. But here are the light switches, and as you can see, they have white paint on them and some other paint. We're going to have to freshen these up before we put them back on the wall. I'm going to be painting them maybe in antique brass. So here's the antique brass here. And you can't really see it there, but it's got a little bit more golden color. All right, and here is the after. You can see how great this looks. The color drenching is really giving us the drama, that I needed so that we can have that foundation for layering all of the things that we'll be talking about coming up. I mean, is anyone else craving chocolate right now? I feel like I am in a box of chocolates. I want to like lick these walls. They look so delicious. Now, I know I've said in other videos before when I was talking about my apartment transformation that I wasn't sure if I was going to get a couch now. I've decided I'm getting a couch. So we're going to be also talking about that. Some other things are going to be leaving this room as well. This shelving unit is going to go somewhere else in the apartment. I do believe I will be keeping the coffee table, and maybe a couple other things will come in. So we shall see. So this furniture configuration will probably stay the same. The TV will stay in the same place simply because of the wiring, and it's got to stay there. The couch will stay in that same place when I do get another couch. Now this is I guess the holder, I don't know what you would, or the hook that is holding up the tree branch. Those are really handy, especially when you don't want to use a nail. It's the perfect thing for this branch. It actually is kind of heavy. And these type of hooks that you put in the wall can hold a lot of weight. And that's it, all lit up, and it just looks really great. So now I've put on our new antique brass switch plates. I just sprayed them with a basic spray paint. It's antique brass. I think it was a Rust-Oleum brand, but I'll list it in the description box. And it was really easy to do, and I think it made such a difference. And I didn't have to go out and buy new switch plates. Now this light switch looks totally different than all the other ones. I'm not even sure how it's put on, but I wasn't going to take the chance in trying to pry it off the wall. So more than likely this is going to look a little different next time you see it. Now we're here at the mood board section. One of my favorite things to do are mood boards. And they really help me to get what I want in my mind, on paper, so to speak. So these are the idea of the couch choices that I want. I want it to be a vintage couch. I want it to have vintage upholstery on it because I don't want to reupholster another couch. That would be extremely expensive. And it also needs to be in really good condition. So thrifting a couch with these criteria, it's going to take, I'm really going to have to do a lot of work to find the couch that I want in the color. It's got to be in good condition, no rips or tears or anything like that. And it's got to fit the vibe that I want. Now, I also want to bring in another piece of furniture since I'll be getting rid of the shelving unit that's there. I would love to bring in a vintage or antique secretary, and I have some examples there, and it's going to be another beautiful way to bring in some pattern like wallpaper backing it, and it's going to give me a lot more storage for my dinnerware collection and some other little collectibles that I have. Now these couch images came from Cherish, and so I know that these couches are out there. I've seen them on Facebook Marketplace, so I have a feeling I'm going to find the perfect couch. Okay, so as you can see, I have a very rich palette of earthy greens, mid-tone greens, burgundy, ochre, and a little bit of teal, and these colors are going to just melt into our chocolate brown, so to speak. Now, I also have a lot of vintage and thrifted items on here. Now, the green pottery that you see a lot of it in like Oaxacan and Mexican pottery, Italian urns, French urns. I also wanted to bring some Majolica in. I just kind of started my collection, and so I'm going to be adding even more to that. Also, maybe like some quirky looking pottery that I'm sure I will find. And then we get to the art pieces. Now the art is going to be very moody looking. It will consist of botanicals and maybe some animal images, landscapes, and then the previous images that I had before for my gallery wall will also fit into that, as well as some brass accents. And for the rug, I would love to find something that's an antique looking rug with burgundy overtones, maybe something that's also over-dyed look. So we want to bring that kind of historical element, and that's going to be an important purchase because it's going to fill the room up with color. Now, if you noticed in the previous seasons, I had a round mirror on the wall. I have since sold that mirror, and I'm looking for another mirror which I want to have a lot of detail, possibly wood carved or something ornate. So I'm very excited to start shopping for that. So we are here at the fabrics, pattern, and lighting section. Oh, so excited. I love fabric. Love fabric. I've always loved going to fabric stores. I can spend hours in a fabric store. So for our fabrics, in order to get our upscale cottage cabin vibe, we are going to need a mix of patterns. So we're going to be using plaids, maybe some stripes, paisley, botanicals. I have a marble print, maybe some landscape or mural looking type prints like a tapestry, and we can achieve those patterns through fabric and wallpaper and the throws on the couch and the chair, cushions, pillows. So we're going to be putting all of that into the room and trying to get as much pattern as we can, just layer upon layer upon layer. And then of course the lampshades and the lighting, that also provides another layer for texture and pattern. So the lampshades, I'll be bringing light fixtures in addition to the sconces that I have on the wall. And I would love to be able to put fabric on all of those lampshades. Now, these are fabrics that I have been collecting that I've chosen for that room. I don't know if I'll use them all or maybe a couple. We'll see. But I'll find out once I start shopping for vintage and new pieces. So in the coming weeks, I'll be thrifting and shopping for all of these finds, and then I'll be taking you guys along with me. There'll also be more DIYs to help me get that upscale cottage cabin vibe. Never underestimate the power of paint. We have dramatized our room foundation by picking the right color, the right technique of color drenching, and now we're ready for the next steps. So like, subscribe, and hit that notification button for more.